Debt doesn't mean that you're irresponsible, and struggling with debt doesn't mean you failed, yeah? But if debt is controlling your life, your peace, and your decisions, this conversation today is for you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jen Gitiche. I'm a finance and investment trainer, and today we are going to talk about debt management, not from a place of shame, no, but from a place of clarity. This is not about guilt or shame, it's about strategy.
Hello, Jen.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you so much. So to start off, why do so many people struggle to get out of debt even when they are trying?
So many people struggle to get out of debt, pardon.
So why do so many people struggle to get out of debt even when they are trying?
Because most people focus on paying debt instead of focusing on managing debt. They throw money into debt without a plan. They panic when that plan is not working. They get discouraged. They stop. Debt doesn't respond well to fear. It responds to structure. So basically, when you find yourself, you're just paying debts and you don't have a good plan or a structure for paying that debt, you're just doing the wrong way. You're supposed to actually sit down, structure your debt payment, and that is what we refer to as debt management.
Oh, okay. And is all debt bad? Meaning, as in, are there basically good debts or bad debts?
Yes, there are good debts and there are bad debts. Yeah, I'll start first defining. Yeah, bad debts are those debts that you're going to get to basically for lifestyle purposes. You just got a shoe or you saw a shoe somewhere. You go get your mobile loan app, get money and you buy that shoe. That's bad debt. Good debts are those debts that we basically get them so that they can create for us more income. So when I talk about are there bad debts or good debts? They are good debts and they are really good. So debt becomes a problem when it controls your cash flow, it causes stress, it stops you from saving or investing. Some debt build assets, those are good debts like I've talked about. Others drain our peace and those are mostly bad debts. So you need to know the difference. Is my debt a good debt or do I have bad debts in my portfolio or rather in my finances? Yeah.
Okay, and why does debt feel like it never reduces?
Sometimes debt may feel like it never reduces because most people pay the most minimal. Like maybe you got a circle loan and they told you this is 5,000 is the minimum that you're supposed to pay. So you find that person, even if they're getting salary increment, they will always pay that 5,000 as it was the minimum amount. So you will find that debt basically is not reducing as much as you would have wanted it to do. People ignore interest. And in most cases, when it comes to loans, interest is what kills us because you find maybe you got that loan maybe from a bank giving you 17-18%. But if you don't cater for that interest, you will never see your debt as it's reducing. And other people keep on borrowing. They get a salary advance, they use that money again next month, they get another salary advance, and so it becomes like a cycle. Or rather, you go to your mobile bank, mobile loan, you borrow today and you keep on borrowing. You borrow again, you pay the debt that was there before, just because maybe you're getting a small margin increment. And finally, don't use the full picture. People don't get the full picture when it comes to debt payment. So when you don't see your total debt clearly, it feels like you are running but not moving.
That's true.
Yeah.
And does emotion play a role in debt?
Wow, emotions plays a lot of role when it comes to debt. You know, in my previous videos, I've always talked that money is very emotional.
True.
The same goes with debt. It's very emotional because people borrow One, either maybe to survive. Two, either maybe to maintain appearances, just like, to catch up with the Johnsons,
Yeah.
or maybe to support others. Sometimes circumstances forces us to do this.
Yeah.
Or maybe to manage emergencies that just pop up that we didn't have. We were not expecting them. And most deaths are taken because of this, because someone didn't have an emergency fund set aside. So when an emergency pops up, they do what? They end up getting debt. So debt often starts as a solution. It becomes a problem when there's no exit plan to factor, or rather to sort that solution that you did with debt.
Oh, okay. And so how can someone manage debt properly?
If you are in debt, here is what you can do differently. One, list all your debts clearly. Don't assume even that mobile loan that you have, even all those, the emergency loans from your circle, from your chama, clearly list them down, and don't guess or avoid any debt. Yeah.
Okay.
Number two, know the interests and urgency. Not all debts have the same urgency, because you might find in your debt list there is that one debt that has very high interest and is eating a lot of your money. Well, there is that other loan, maybe from your chama, that is okay to maybe not to cater for the first. At least now you need to sort this other one that has a lot of interest. And three, stop adding new debt. You cannot dig and climb at the same time. If it's about getting new debt, stop getting debt to pay off debt. And four, choose a repayment strategy. You can either do snowball or avalanche. What matters is consistencies. And if I can explain the two, one is all the debts that you had listed down, check the one that has highest interest. Start paying off with that one, so that at least you will be ticking, this one is gone. The other method is you list in your list all the debts. You look at which debt do I have that has the smallest amount to pay.
Okay.
So you start reducing with, if that one has a small amount, you reduce all of it and you tick it's gone. So you choose in your portfolio which one will it, or rather in your debt list, which method will you go for? Will you go for this one for reducing the interest? That's the debt that has the highest interest, or will you go for this other method that has, like, you start with the smallest and keep on ticking like that. We have a wealth builder masterclass. We set aside a full class basically to talk about debt management, because it's really affecting a lot of people.
Okay.
I was caught up in that, by the way. Yeah, I've talked about it in one of my books, The Art to Master Your Finances, how when I was in my 20s I got a loan and didn't have a strategy for what I was going to do with that loan.
I think about that story.
Yes.
Not once, not twice.
So basically, paying off debt is not a punishment. It's basically you're doing justice to yourself. And progress, with even small progress, is still progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
And should people save while paying off debt?
Definitely, yes. People need to save as much as they are paying debt, because that one will be a smart strategy. You need small buffers so that debt doesn't push you back into borrowing, or rather any emergency popping up will not push you back to borrowing. You'll have a safety net to land. It's about balancing basically, and not going on the extremes. If I can summarize all these, debt becomes overwhelming when it's unmanaged, but clarity turns pressure into a good plan. I want you to hear this from me. In the comments, what's that type of debt that you're struggling with the most? Is it bank loan? Is it mobile loan? Is it circle loan? Is it chama loan? If these conversations that we just had helped you a lot, like the video, subscribe, turn on that notification button. I'll keep on answering one real money conversations every financial Friday. See you next Friday.